Princess Leia Organa was no stranger to tough choices, but Operation Yellow Moon tested her in ways few could imagine. This wasn't about destroying a battle station or rescuing a hero. It was a mission of deception. The goal? Distract the Empire long enough for the rebel fleet to secretly gather at Sullust, preparing for the final battle at Endor. If the Empire discovered them too soon, the entire rebellion could be wiped out. Leia's solution? Make herself the target. Under the cover of a recruitment run, Leia and her small crew, ex-Imperial signals analyst Kiddy Aleri, Dresselian Commando Lockmarker, tech specialist Antrot, and pilot Nian Nunb, travelled to the Corva sector aboard the Melcrawler. Their real mission was to plant hypertransceivers, sending false signals to lure the Empire away from Sullust. They needed the Imperials to notice. They wanted them to take the bait. On Bastille, the first beacon was placed, but the mission nearly fell apart. Native insects attacked them, and an Imperial patrol almost left them stranded. Nian Nunb used forged documents to slip past an inspection, just moments before stormtroopers would have caught them. The plan was working, but at a cost. Captain Keown, a ruthless Imperial commander, responded by rounding up civilians, executing some, and demanding answers. Leia's deception had consequences, and innocent people were paying the price. On Cessid, the mission turned into a high-speed chase. After placing the second beacon, the team was pursued across the ocean by stormtroopers on wave skimmers. Blaster bolts flew as their boat was torn apart. Just when escape seemed impossible, a local resistance fighter named Auralant pulled them from the wreckage in a submersible. The team barely made it off-world, but the Shield Maiden was never far behind. By the time they reached Jaresh to plant the final beacon, Leia had seen enough. The villagers there believed the rebellion had come to free them from Imperial control and were ready to rise up. But Leia knew the truth. The Empire would retaliate. These people weren't meant to be saved. They were a distraction. The weight of the mission was crushing, and she could no longer keep it from her crew. Gathering them in secret, she revealed the full plan. Operation Yellow Moon wasn't about recruitment. It was a trap for the Empire. Her team had a choice. They could leave or they could stay and see it through. With the final beacon in place, the most difficult part of the mission remained, luring recruits into the Empire's path. But Leia couldn't go through with it. Instead of leading them into an ambush, she arrived early in the Yellow Moon system and sent out a secret transmission. Turn back. The Empire is coming. She saved them, but at the cost of her own freedom. The Shield Maiden captured Leia and her crew. Interrogations began. The mission seemed lost. Then came one final act of sacrifice. Lockmarcher, beaten but defiant, activated a hidden EMP device inside his artificial chest cavity, disabling the Star Destroyer's systems. Leia's team fought their way through the corridors, making it to the hangar. With Imperials closing in, Antrot made the ultimate sacrifice, setting the Melcrawler on a collision course with the Shield Maiden. The ship, packed with unstable cargo, detonated on impact, tearing through the Star Destroyer. Leia and the others barely escaped aboard a stolen shuttle. Against all odds, Operation Yellow Moon was a success. The Imperial fleet had been distracted, the rebellion had gained the time it needed, and soon the final battle at Endor would begin. Decades later, General Leia Organa recorded the story in her memoirs, a story of deception, sacrifice, and the cost of leadership. A story that all who fight for freedom should never forget. The battle for Endor was won long before the first shot was fired,